In a dark time, when the Egyptian Pharaoh feared the growth of the Hebrew people, he decreed that all Hebrew male children be thrown into the Nile River. But a brave mother, Jochebed, placed her son in a basket and left him in the waters of the river, trusting that God would save him. The Pharaoh's princess discovered the basket among the reeds and, moved by the baby's crying, decided to adopt him as her own son. Moses grew up surrounded by luxury, but in his heart, he always felt that he did not belong in Egypt. Moses fled Egypt after killing an Egyptian who was mistreating a Hebrew. In the desert, while shepherding sheep on Mount Horeb, he saw a burning bush that did not burn up. Then God spoke to him, "Moses, Moses, take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy." God entrusted him with the mission of freeing his people from slavery. Moses returned to Egypt and demanded of Pharaoh, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh refused. So God sent 10 plagues. The water turned to blood, frogs covered the land, a terrifying darkness fell upon Egypt. Until finally the last plague took the lives of the Egyptian firstborn, and Pharaoh allowed the Hebrews to leave. The Hebrews escaped, but Pharaoh repented and sent his army after them. Upon reaching the Red Sea, Moses extended his staff and the waters parted in two, creating a dry path. When the Egyptians tried to cross, the waters covered them, and God's people were free. On Mount Sinai, Moses climbed to the summit, and God gave him the tablets of the law with the 10 commandments, establishing the covenant with his people. The Hebrew people waited with fear and reverence. Moses led his people through the desert for 40 years, but because he disobeyed God, he was unable to enter the promised land. Before dying from Mount Nebo, he contemplated the land that God had promised to Israel. The story of Moses reminds us that God keeps his promises and guides us, even in the most difficult times. He is our liberator, our refuge, and our strength. If this story of Moses has touched your heart, share it with others so that more lives may be filled with the Word of God. God bless you.